Have you ever found yourself in a situation that just feels bizarre? Like, think back to your school days when the teacher would call the roll and your heart would race, praying you wouldn't be the one called on. And then, of course, you were. Or that time you left home late for work and you just knew you were going to be late, and guess what? You really were. It's like being stuck in traffic and thinking, why is this happening to me? And when you travel, you always worry about leaving something behind, and then, surprise, you find out you forgot a ton of things. It's almost like the more you fear something, the more it actually happens. Good things? They seem especially unlikely to happen. This is what we call Murphy's Law, right? In front of the universe, none of us can escape it because worrying about it is actually a curse.
Wow. That's like super relatable. So are we saying that worrying is like a universal experience? I mean, it's almost like we're all in this giant cosmic joke together, right? Laughs.
Absolutely. Today, we're diving into the topic of worry. Welcome to Songming's channel on psychology. Let's kick things off with a story about worry. It's called the kingfisher nest migration. Picture this. There's a kingfisher that builds its nest high up to avoid danger. One day, it hatches a little bird and thinks, oh no, this nest is too high. So it moves the nest down a bit. But as the little bird grows, the mother kingfisher becomes more worried about its safety and moves the nest down again. Eventually, a pedestrian walks by, and the little bird gets caught because, well, it was just too beautiful.
That's like a really vivid image. So are you saying that after we have kids, we kind of become like that kingfisher, like we just worry and worry? Sigh. It's kind of sad, isn't it?
Exactly. After we have children, many of us unknowingly become like that kingfisher. Mothers in particular always have this heart for their children. I remember a mother once telling me she felt her child wasn't developing like others. While other kids were walking, hers was still crawling. The child could only say a few words, while others were jumping around and eating with a bowl. The mother was just so anxious about her child's future. But here's the kicker. The child's physical indicators were all up to standard. It was just a bit slow in development.
Oh, wow, that's really interesting. So, like, are you saying that excessive anxiety can actually affect children negatively? I mean, how does that work? Laughs. It's like a weird science experiment.
Exactly. Excessive anxiety is not good for children because, parents' anxiety can easily spread to them, affecting their physical and mental health. It's like a ripple effect. Too much worry can lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy. For instance, if a parent is constantly worried that their child will fail an exam, that fear can weigh heavily on the child, and guess what? It can lead to failure.
Oh my gosh, that's like kind of mind-blowing. So it's like the more you worry, the more you can actually create the situation you're worried about. That's like super intense. So what do you think happens to the child in that scenario? Sigh.
Right? It's intense. Excessive worry doesn't help your loved ones become what you want them to be. In fact, it may make things worse. I once saw a story about a young man who worked overtime a lot, and his mother was constantly worried about his health. Her nagging made him impatient, and he started to avoid her. A spiritual master once advised that if a parent is always worried about their child, the child won't have blessings because the parent's worries overshadow them.
That's like really powerful. So it's like instead of hovering over them, we should just let them like fly. But how do we balance that with, wanting to protect them? Laughs.
Exactly. Awareness is the beginning of learning and adjustment. Let go of past worries, be aware of your current concerns, and give positive hints to those around you. If you believe in something wholeheartedly, it will come true. To love someone is not to worry, but to bless. It's all about creating a nurturing environment where they can thrive without the weight of our fears.
Wow. That's like such a refreshing perspective. So it's all about like trusting them to make their own choices. That's really inspiring. Sigh.